Hi everyone, I wanted to do one more video today, and this is going to be about a list that I had seen on the internet from a local news station. It was basically a list of things that you should not buy at yard sales. And after I read it, I kind of had to laugh because I thought that it was like the stupidest thing I've ever read. A lot of the things are like common knowledge, I would think, and other things were just like, what else are you supposed to buy at a yard sale? So I'm going to go over the list. One, to inform you of the things that you might not know, and two, just to make a laugh about some of the things, okay? So the first thing was helmets, and this is like bicycle helmets, motorcycle helmets, any type of helmet, and that is something you definitely probably should not buy at yard sales or use, period, because once a helmet, even if you weren't in an accident and hit your head, but even if a helmet is dropped, it can break the stuff inside of it, and then it won't be like 100% effective once that happens. So even if like you're clumsy and drop your helmet, you might have already messed it up. So that's kind of like common knowledge. I have seen helmets for sale at yard sales, and no matter what, if you buy this stuff, it's on your own accord. Like, you can pretty much make a good sound judgment before buying something, regardless what it is. So if you do buy one, I mean, the chance is there, but if you feel like you can trust the people in them telling you that no, nothing has ever been done with it and stuff. I mean, some people can be shady, but you have to make your own judgment calls. So they say helmets are designed to protect you from one accident and one accident only. Sometimes damage isn't visible, so buy a new helmet to make sure you're getting full protection. So that's basically something that you shouldn't really buy used anyway. The second thing was child car seats, and that's like another thing that you kind of have to make your own judgment call, like all of these are. And it says, like helmets, car seats are really only meant to protect in one accident, but damaged car seats are common. A survey found that 1 in 10 have been in an accident, plus car seat technology improves each year. So there you go. We're just not getting started. Okay, bathing suits. Personal products that hug your body are technically safe if you wash them in hot water, and still we're cautious. But constant changes in water pressure also wear out swimwear faster than regular clothing, so it's likely a used wetsuit or swimsuit will tear. I have bought bathing suits at yard sales before, and I don't have a problem with it. Like, you can try on bathing suits in stores. Obviously you're supposed to keep your undergarments on while trying them on, but there are probably some nasty people out there who don't. So you're probably buying a used bathing suit even when you buy a new bathing suit. And that even goes for like if you buy it online. I worked for a very popular teen clothing company, and I worked in the returns department, and we would accept used bathing suits. Even if it didn't have the liner still in, we had extra liners. So a new liner would go in, it would go back out on the shelf. So even if you think it's new, it probably isn't. So, I have no problem buying bathing suits. So that's just me. Tires. If you've been in an accident, tires are likely to be unstable and unreliable. Make sure you can get an accurate history. So that's like car tires and stuff like that, which is something I don't buy at yard sales anywhere. Mattresses. With bed bugs infesting homes in record numbers, chances are the critters could lurk in any used mattress. You might also end up sleeping with other people's mold, mites, bacteria, and bodily fluids. So, there you go. No mattresses. Which makes absolute sense. I don't really know why people would buy a used mattress, because you just don't know what's on them. Cribs. Scores of crib recalls as well as changing safety standards make it hard to verify the safety of a used crib. And I know that there are like a certain kind of crib that's like illegal to sell nowadays in count of like safety issues. So that's another thing. I wouldn't personally buy used, but you know, you have to go with your judgment. Laptops. Laptops are more likely to be dropped, knocked around, and spilled on simply because they're out in the world, while a desktop computer sits mostly safe at home. So there you go. I wouldn't buy a used laptop, mainly because I don't need to buy a used laptop. Plasma TVs. It's hard to determine how well TVs, DVD players, and other electronic devices have been cared for by their previous owners. So this is saying not only TVs, but also DVD players and any electronic devices. Plus, technology changes so quickly that you can often get a better quality device if you're buying refurbished devices directly from a manufacturer. You'll be covered by a warranty, but a random TV at a garage sale could be hit or miss. Again, like, I think that's kind of stupid in my opinion. Like, if you find a TV at a yard sale, it works, it's in good condition, it's something that you need, something that you want, and it's really cheap, go for it. Shoes. Used shoes have been molded to their previous owner's feet, and poorly fitting shoes will make you miserable, or you'll just never want to wear them. Who wrote this? Okay, I have no problem buying new shoes. I know some people are, you know, just they can't bear to think of their feet being somewhere where someone else's feet was. But again, people try on shoes at a store. Granted, they aren't wearing them for long, but still. And like I said, worked in a returns department. We'd let shoes come back, and we'd have to refurbish stuff as it fought. You know, we're talking like taking lint rollers over things, like picking hairs off, like doing whatever we could to make the item look like it was never worn. There were shoes in there that were clearly worn, went back out on the shelf. You know, but we made it so it looked like they weren't. Took off all like the nasty stuff. Okay? So, sheets and pillowcases. Sure, you can wash them in hot water, but that might not protect against bed bugs. I mean, that's truthful. It's not something that I would buy at a yard sale personally, but again, your own judgment. Baby bottles. While sanitation and cracks can be an issue, the real culprit is the chemical BPA that's present in most older bottles, and as of June 2012, the FDA no longer accepts that as safe. Go with new bottles to make sure you're getting the safest, most up-to-date bottles, which makes sense. That one I agree with. Worn plates, pots, and other cookware. Rust, flaky non-stick coatings, and chemicals that leach out are just a few of the safety problems you can run into with older cookware. I don't really completely agree with this. I know, like, my mom has gotten a lot of her cookware and stuff, like, randomly at yard sales, and we've never had a problem. You know, I've grown up on these pots and pans being cooked on as a child, so, you know, again, make your own judgment. DVDs, CDs, and VHS tapes. Don't buy at a yard sale. Scratches have ruined many a DVD or CD, and VHS tapes can lessen in quality the more times they're played and disintegrate over the years. This list is ridiculous. Like, seriously, you can obviously check DVDs and CDs for scratches and stuff like that. And I don't know, like, who hasn't bought a used CD or DVD in their lifetime? Like, what are the odds that it was messed up? Like, you know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Upholstered furniture. Just like mattresses and sheets, any upholstered furniture can be home to bed bugs, fleas, and spiders, as well as unknown odors and stains. Unless you're going to reupholster the piece, steer clear. So no buying couches, chairs, or anything of the like. If it's a beautiful piece that, you know, the owners are getting rid of because they bought something new, it doesn't match their decor anymore, and you can get a great deal on it, don't buy it. Clothes. Yeah, don't buy clothes at a yard sale. It might look like it fits until you put it on. Unless you can try something on, it's not worth the money you'll spend on alterations. So that 25-cent top that you wanted to get at the yard sale, not sure if it's going to fit, don't waste your 25 cents on it. This is so ridiculous. I hope you guys are agreeing with me that some of this stuff is just ridiculous. Video games. You might want to quickly Google the video game manufacturers are now including codes for one user only play, either for the whole game or special bonus sections. This is actually true, but you know, again, like, I've bought used video games before, no problem, and to buy them at a yard sale is way more cheaper than in a store, so. Perfume or makeup, new or old. The quality of both can lessen over the years, and yes, they do expire. I mean, we all know that. Even if an item is brand new in the box, skip it unless you can tell that it was recently manufactured. I don't agree with this. I buy perfume and makeup at yard sales, and I have never had a problem. It's just something that, you know, obviously you can make judgments on. If it smells funky, why would you buy it anyway? If it looks used or old, why would you buy it anyway? So, but I definitely don't agree with it saying, like, don't even buy it if it's brand new in the box. It's brand new. Why not? Stuffed animals. Stuffed animals can be hard to send through the extra hot cycle on a washing machine, and like mattresses and upholstered furniture, they can be full of creepy crawlies and other unsavory finds. I mean, I guess this is true. I bought stuffed animals at yard sales before. I've sold stuffed animals. You know, a lot of people buy stuffed animals for the purpose of reselling them on like eBay and stuff. And I'm sure they have ways that they go about cleaning them and everything like that. I just, you know, who's to say that the stuffed animal you buy at the store wasn't like sneezed on, or like a kid's booger infested fingers were all over it? Like, seriously. Anyway, moving on. Blenders and other kitchen electronics. Blades and mechanisms can become dull and wear down over time, even if the machine looks fine on the surface. This actually did happen to me. I did buy like a blender type thing at a yard sale. The man swore up and down it worked. It didn't. So I got scammed on that. I mean, it happens, but I wasted like 50 cents. So granted, it pissed me off, but even still, I should have like asked if he had like an electrical socket or something nearby so I could test it out. So that's another thing you can do before you buy this stuff, so you know that it works. Running shoes. Used running shoes are often devoid of the cushioning that runners need. Stick with new shoes for the cushioning and fit that will protect knees, feet, and legs. So that kind of goes with shoes, period. If you're specifically using the shoes for running, then yeah, that makes sense. But if you're just buying some, you know, sneakers at a yard sale, I once bought a pair of sneakers at a yard sale for like not even $1, and you know, I wore them for quite a while, had no problems. Last one's hats. How's this for gross? Hats may contain remnants of hair products, sweat, or skin infections. So, I don't know if I've ever bought a hat at a yard sale, but they can be washed, I'm sure, cleaned. If it looks grody, don't buy it. So that's the list. There's really not much more you can buy at a yard sale, in all honesty. So I'm thinking that whoever wrote this list is completely against yard sales, period. So, because there's really nothing left. I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, let's see, books weren't on that list, but you know, books, they could have water damage, you know, they could be like musty smelling because they're old. So we probably shouldn't buy books either. And what else? What else can't we buy at the yard sales? We probably shouldn't buy like knickknacks either, because they might have dust particles on them that might, you know, irritate our allergies or something. And I think that almost sums up everything you can buy at a yard sale. Or maybe like baked goods. You know, sometimes people sell baked goods that they've made, and we shouldn't buy them because, you know, people might not have washed their hands before they baked their items, or you might get like a hair in it, or maybe they didn't break an egg properly and you get a piece of eggshell. Ew, that would be gross. So I wouldn't buy baked goods from like little ladies at like church yard sales or anything like that. So that's basically everything. If you guys can think of anything else that you shouldn't buy at yard sales, you should leave a comment down below and let me know, because I think this list is helpful in some ways, but for the most part I think it's kind of ridiculous and somewhat amusing. So anyway, I'd love to hear comments about like what you think is kind of dumb, or like, you know, stuff that you buy at yard sales that, you know, you don't have a problem buying used, because I just think that whoever wrote this was just had something against yard sales. But anyway, that's the video I've been wanting to do. You know, hopefully maybe it helped you in some way, of something maybe you didn't know, as far as things being sold at yard sales that maybe you shouldn't buy. But for the most part, like I said, just use your judgment. For the most part, you should know by looking at stuff whether or not it's worth it or not. So anyway, that's all I have, and I guess this also could go towards the same as, you know, don't buy it off eBay either if it's used, because the same things can be put towards, you know, things you buy on eBay, off Craigslist, yada yada yada. So anyway, I hope you guys liked the video, maybe found a little humor in it, or helped you in some way.